Children, welcome to the moral science class for standard 4. Today we are starting a new chapter, that is chapter 4, and that will be the last chapter for first term. The main topic of this chapter is be kind to animals. In this chapter you will learn about a king, a horse, and about a minister. So in subheading you can see minister's horse. So this is a very short story. I am just going to give you a summary of this chapter. So let's start. Once upon a time there was a king in a town who was very kind, and he used to love everyone. He was always thoughtful to his fellow being. He was a kind of approachable person. Anyone who comes with their problems would be solved by him. He used to take care of each and every being of his kingdom. He was not comfortable with his wealth. Once, as usual, he was thinking something for the welfare of his people. He had an idea stuck to his mind. He hung a bell outside his palace so that people, whoever in trouble, could come and ring it. The king used to hear their problems and he used to try to solve. His idea was going on successfully. In course of time, what happened is somebody tied a vine of grapes on the rope of bell. So in this chapter, we also come to know about the horse, and it belongs to minister. When it was healthy, it helped him a lot, but when it became old, it was left alone by his minister. Thinking that it will be a burden for him, being old, the horse could not get anything to eat, and it was reduced to a skeleton. So one day, horse was wandering here and there in search of his food. He found nothing to eat. It came to king's palace and saw bunches of grapes. It wanted to satisfy its hunger, so it began to eat the vine that is tied to the bell. As the bell was tied to the vine of grapes, it began to ring. On hearing the bell, king came out as usual. As he saw a horse, he recognized it as a minister's horse. He asked to the minister why he had rejected his horse and thrown out. The minister answered to the king, saying that it has become old and weak, which is of no use for him. Hearing this, the king got very angry and asked whether he could do the same treatment to his own child. At this moment, he could not open his mouth because he was knowing that he had done wrong. He became very ashamed and started looking after his horse. So, in this lesson, what you will get the lesson through this story. So, the main lesson of this story is be kind not only to the people but also to plants and animals. The old people who are weak and helpless, they need more support. So children, we should look after our parents, and to our grandparents, we should always stand by their side in times of their difficulties. So this is the main lesson that we have got from this chapter 4. So children, once more you go through this story to understand it in a better way. Thank you. This much for today.